Now to understand that how meditation actually works, okay. Now I am going to give you a very practical example how meditation actually works, okay. You are actually made up of two consciousness. One is the mind and one is the heart. Which one are you? You are the mind or you are the heart? Actually, we are only the heart. Okay. So, and the mind is actually a tool for you to realize yourself. It is just like a pen is a tool for you to write. What if the pen develops an identity of its own and it starts thinking, I am writing? It doesn't see the hand holding the pen. So understand, the mind is nothing but a tool, but this tool has to be trained. The ego of the mind has to be shattered. The mind has to surrender, and then you can connect to the heart. If I tell you in simple words, the mind is the moon, right, and the heart is the sun. Does the moon have any existence which is independent of the sun? No, right? The moon is nothing because of the moon is actually nothing by itself. It only reflects the light of the sun. Otherwise, it has got no identity, no presence. The moon is the mind. It is the ignorant mind which has come to train, which has come to realize itself. It is the Atman. It is the illusion. So the moon is the illusionary self, and the moon or the mind in you has to be trained to realize who is the boss. And then the moon has to surrender, and once its existence is dissolved, the sun starts reflecting in the moon and self-realization happens. In our chakra language, the moon is the Swadhisthana chakra, the sun is the Manipur chakra. Right? So the self, which is the moon, it has to ultimately reflect, its higher self, which is the sun. Moon is basically, the mind is basically composed of 4 parts. So the mind has got 4 parts. Manas, Chitta, Buddhi and Ahamkara. Okay, the mind system is made up of 4 parts. Now Manas is called the lower mind and it is connected to the senses. How many senses do we have? 5, but actually in spiritual language we have 10 senses. We have 5 Karmendri and 5 Gyanendri. Means 5 senses of action and 5 senses which are receptors. We have got the smell, taste, sight, touch here. And then we have got initiation, creation, action, grasping and speaking. So Manas is the lower mind which is connected to all the senses. Manas ka jo nature hai na, whatever speaks the loudest, it will go there. Right? Whichever Indri talks the loudest, it will go there. And Manas is nothing but Manus, Manushya. You are Manas. We all are Manas, Manushya. Then we have got Chitta. What is Chitta? Chit you can say like a album, which has got everything that has happened with you till date, and it also has got a picture of everything that you want to happen. It contains your whole memory bank is Chitta. Your software is your Chitta. Okay? Then it has got Ahamkara. Ahamkara means I-ness. I am this. I am this person, this one's son, this one's husband, this employee. I've got this. It's all Ahamkara. And then it has Buddhi. Buddhi means true intelligence. Now what happens, whatever happens in your life, you store it in Chitta. But what happens in your life, because of Ahamkar, you take things too personally. ये मेरे साथ हुआ है, it's happened with me. Now because of that, your chitta is not like normal photograph. It is like colored. Impressions are there in the chitta. Something like, suppose you are in your car and you see an accident. What will happen? You'll say, oh, okay, okay. And then you'll just talk to your friend, hello, hi. You know, it becomes an incident for you. But if the same thing happened with someone you knew, right? You will be so afraid, you will panic, you will think, yeah, what is destiny? What did she do? Why life is so cruel? Why I have to go through this? Now you start taking it personally. So when something affects you, your photograph is colored. Today the biggest problem is whatever memories you have got, most of the memories are very colored. Why my parents are like this? Why I was born in such a family? Why this happened with me? Why I got this education? Why I did not study well? Why I did not get the kind of job I should have got? Why this person is behaving like this towards me? Why this is happening with me? Things that happened with me were not what they should happen. So everywhere you have got your definitions that why all this happened. You're not watching it like a movie. It is heavily colored. And from all these colors, one personality has come out, which is the Ahamkar, which is I. And that's why you react. You have got either Dvesh or you have got Rag because of that personality. You will be connected to ego, right? And whatever the ego says, the manas will go and do that. You will not be able to access your buddhi because you are affected. That is why the first sutra of Patanjali Yog Sutra, which is a very important text, is Yogas Chitta Ritti Nirodha. Yog is total restraining the modifications of the chitta. And next sutra is Tada Drashta Swarupe Avasthanam. Only then the drishta, the seer, will settle in his true nature. You cannot connect to your true nature because you are affected with the impressions which are called rittis. Like if I give a simple example of ritti. Suppose you go to one country and you eat one sweet for the first time. Okay. Now, when you eat it, you really like the taste. Oh wow, it's very good. You ask the name, what is the name? They'll say, oh, it's baklava. You have never eaten before. But you'll say, my God, it's so good and all that. Now what has happened? You have formed an impression, baklava is very good. You've developed an impression, a lust for it. So what will happen? Next time when you're going out, a little hunger strikes and you'll say, I want baklava. Right now a ritti has formed. Now when you come back to India, you will tell your friend, please here, get baklava for me, I want baklava. Before that you didn't even know what was. Another example, suppose you meet a person and you trust the person, but after some time you see that the person has betrayed you. Right? You become so traumatized that you just start asking, why this happened with me? Right? You are not taking it that the situation happened because life wants to awaken me. You don't want to learn about what is the lesson behind it. You don't want to become more aware because of it. Become more strong or become more powerful or become more forgiving. You start taking personally that why a person I trusted betrayed me. Now what happens? You close your heart. I cannot trust. I can't trust. Now every time a person comes and he tries to come closer, you are like this. No, I can't trust. A riddhi has happened. And these are the kind of beliefs that has actually clouded your whole chitta. It's like a whole cloud of web in your chitta. And all the clouds are the thoughts that keep on coming into your mind. The more you are fearful, the more are the clouds. Every single thought in your mind is a cloud. And the more and more you meditate and you clear the thoughts, the cloud will start going. A person who is very ignorant, who is too much into the world, he will have a very high TPS. Because of that TPS, his longevity is also reduced. He will have wrinkles on his face. He will look old very fast. Right? His heart also, will have to, his heart will also beat faster and it will also become weak. And he will have a shorter life because of that. But the people who meditate, as they meditate, one cloud goes away. And such people have got a very lower TPS. Their breathing rate is very low. Their respiration is low. They are more calm. They have a long life. Right? And you will see that those people always look young. There was a research carried out by Herbert Benson in 1970. He was from this Harvard Medical School. He found that the people who meditate, they have a drastic reduction in the sympathetic system. And they have got a lot of power, a lot of energy, a lot of command has been given to the parasympathetic system. Now, parasympathetic system is our natural system. And the sympathetic system is our adrenal system which responds to fight or flight. Right? So what happens is, because of this, these people's heart rate is low, BP is low, perspiration is low, and overall they have got a very general feeling of well-being. So, coming back to the functions of the mind, that the mind has got 4 parts: the manus, which is connected to all the senses, and it is one that listens to whoever is shouting the loudest. For example, I'll give you another basic example. Right? Now what happens is, today you're very hungry, you want to eat your lunch, okay, and get back to work. Now you have got your food, dal, roti, sabji, and you have got a box of baklava. Right? Now the moment you open and you see these things, what will you jump on? How many of you will think, let me eat my lunch first and then eat baklava? You will definitely jump to eat the 5-6 pieces of baklava and then you can hardly eat your lunch. Because what happens? Your senses, they shouted, please, please eat me first, I want to be happy. Suppose you have been betrayed by people or attacked by people, right? Your senses will say, come on, I don't want to talk to this person, run. So you will listen to your sense first. Right? If you see that some people are not treating you well, your inner voice will say, I have to talk, I have to communicate, I have to understand, I have to transform the person. But your senses will say, no, shout at him, abuse him, show him what he has done to you. So you will do that first. And later you will say, my God, why I was angry. Every single emotion you display, right, it is because of the alignment of manas with the riddhi in the chit. Your pure nature is to be very calm, very joyful, very understanding, very knowing. It took me so many years of meditation to realize that anger is not our nature. Because I used to get very angry and I used to think that if I don't get angry, I can't get my work done. Or I can't make a person understand. But then every time I used to be angry, I used to feel upset also why I was angry. So it took me so many years to understand that anger is not our nature. Anger comes because of some vritti or because we are not aligning to our true nature, we are behaving out of Ahamkara. The Buddha, the realized one, is never angry. But that doesn't mean that he will sit and be beaten by the world. He will be so powerful, he will be so intelligent that he can find a solution to everything without getting angry. Even Durga, our Ma Durga, when she kills a demon, right, and she has got a trishul and she is killing, do you see hatred in her face? She is like a Ma and she is killing the demon. That I am killing you because I am standing for what is right, I am doing justice, not because I hate you. I am killing the demon in you, I am not destroying you. Right? So when you act out of your true nature, you could destroy somebody. You could kill his ego. Right? You can do some action which is not in his favor, but your demeanor will be very calm. You will not be full of emotion. So what happens is, because of these four functions of mind, right, the manas is constantly listening to the Ahamkara because of the rittis in the chitta. And because of that, it cannot listen to the buddhi. Today, till the person reaches a state of realization, he is listening to Ahamkara. He is not listening to pure intelligence. That's why after all the things have happened, the whole drama has happened, you realize, my God, why didn't I do this? Because the emotions of the ritti make you do needless actions, make you fall for desires and attachments and aversions which you really don't want, because you are not in your control, you are in the grip of the Ahamkara. It is only through meditation you can extract yourself. You can extricate yourself from the rittis and you can connect to your pure self, which is pure intelligence. You are the Gyan Drishta, the knower and the seer. So your manas, which is so much entangled because of the Ahamkara, you have to teach it one by one. That see, this ritti is wrong. This ritti is wrong. See, no need of this ritti. What you find something very tasty, or what you find something so attractive to look at, some smell which really intoxicates you, some sound that makes you go crazy, something to possess which, makes you so lustful, you are able to see the true nature of it. That I am defining that it is very good, but not necessarily it will be very good for me or it will be good for me tomorrow. It is good, it is the nature of it to be good, but not necessarily I need to have it. There are a lot of beautiful things in this world, lot of tasty things in this world, lot of melodious things in this world, lot of wonderful things in this world. Not necessarily I need to have it. If it is in my path, I will have it. And whatever I am experiencing is not going to be ultimate. So understand that how much ever wealth you earn, how much ever, beautiful things you experience, it will finally just be a memory in the mind. You cannot enjoy it forever. Because the purpose of life is not bhog in this life. The purpose of the life is to use this life to realize your true self. आप इस दुनिया को भोगने नहीं आए हो, आप दुनिया के कारण खुद को पहचानने आए हो। इसमें फंसोगे तो मरोगे, सफरिंग। और जब इससे निकलोगे यू विल कनेक्ट टू योर ट्रू सेल्फ, और तभी सारी प्रैक्टिसेस होती है। एंड टू रीच दिस स्टेट विच इज कॉल्ड केवल्या, which is called aloneness. Patanjali Yog Sutra has told eightfold path. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pratyahar, Pranayam, Dharan, Dhyan, Samadhi. In Chakra Yoga also we advocate the eightfold path of the 8 chakras. The Mooladhar Chakra, the Swadhisthana Chakra, Manipur Chakra, Anahat Chakra, Vishuddha Chakra, Agya Chakra, Sahasrara Chakra and Rit Padma Chakra. Once you realize the lessons of the chakra, right? Once you realize who I truly am, what is the nature of life, you will be able to come out of these rittis, these entanglements of the mind, and you can connect to your true state. And that is the final purpose of meditation.